welcome back. Now we're gonna go make an assignment, I guess, making a serving bowl. So again, this would be number 6 for the polygon modeling. So we're gonna go check our unit. Our units are gonna be set to metric this time in centimeters. And we're gonna go do file save as, and we're going to do an M4. We're gonna call this one here bowl finish. You don't have to always write finish, you can just write bowl. Okay, so now we did that, we set the units. The next thing we're going to go now is we're going to go click on our create button. And we're going to go to the helper. So this is the shapes, lights, cameras. These are the helpers options. We're going to go click on the helper options. And now we're going to go click on grid. From the grid now, we're going to go to our top view. So we press T for top. And we're going to type in the status bar, we're going to go type in 0 to place the grid at the origin. So we have to place the grid like so. I placed it. Now I'm going to go to the modify, and again we could go move it like so to 0. 0. Okay, and now the length we're going to switch it to 60. The width is going to be 60, and the grid is going to be 5 on both sides. From there now we're going to go press X. Oops, this should be 5. We're going to go press, oops, sorry guys. Click on the screen, press X, which is going to give us these search options. We're going to now select from the list, activate. So we're going to press X, and we're going to type in activate. And we're going to go select on the activate grid object. I think we have to have that selected, my bad. With this selected, we're going to type in X, and we're going to do activate. There we go. So it had to be selected when you're doing it. So we're going to do activate grid object. There we go. And if you notice, it brought everything to it. So what just happened is you created a grid that would act as a construction plane for the object. Alright, so now it's in a parametric object. You can create any number of grids, objects in the scene as well. Perfect. So now that we did that, we're going to do again file save, and we have our first save. Now we're going to start creating the bowl. So from here now we're going to go back to the create object. We're going to go into the top view, which we're already in, and we're going to go make sure we select the cylinder. From there in the top view, we're just going to go draw it like so. Click a height. And we're going to go modify it like we've done before. We're going to go put our top radius at 25.591. Our height is going to be 13. The sides is going to be 36. The height segment is going to be set to 2. And the cap segments we'll leave it at 1. And we'll just make sure we're going to right click and make sure that it's in the actually 0. Now we're going to go rename it. So instead of having something, we're going to go call it bowl. Okay. Now that that's done, we're going to press close this. We're going to click on the bowl. So now we have it selected, which is our cylinder. If I go look at the 3D, it's like so. Let's go back to the top view. We're now going to convert, right click on it with it selected. We're going to convert it to an editable poly. we're going to click on the polygons like we've done before. Alright, and we are going to remove the so we're going to click on the polygon. Sorry, so now what we're going to do now is polygon. We're going to open the view here. We're going to click on the top one and we're going to delete it. So it didn't delete the line, it just deleted it's giving me a graphic error for some reason. There we go. If I leave it clear, you're better off seeing it. So it got rid of the top face. Now that we delete the top, we're going to grab vertexes and we're going to grab the bottom ones. So these guys over here, like so. If I go rotate, you see I have the bottom, and now we're going to go use the scale option and we're going to move them to get the shape of the bowl inward. So now we're getting more of a bowl feel. So we're going to go inward like so. If I rotate, you see that it's more of a bowl. Want to go a little bit more, I could go a little bit more, and then you see here the bowl is getting its face, making the shape of the bowl itself. So again, I'm just going to undo that to show you. In case, again, what I did is I grabbed the edges. I went to the vertex. Sorry, I went to the left view. I had them selected, so you have them all selected. Then I could go back to the 3D view. I'm going to right click on scale and I'm going to type in 70%, which is going to bring it inward. I could have also have done, like I said earlier, Shift Control P, which would give me the percent snap toggle, which allows you to go in increments of 10 or whatever default value you've selected. Now that that's done, we're going to go onto the polygon and we're going to remove the bottom faces. Just press delete. Now that I've done that, we're going to go to the edge and we're going to go select the edge at the bottom. Oops, let's go back to move for now. Select, I mean, and let's go do loop. So now we have the bottom of our piece. The next step we could do is we're going to bridge them. Actually, I grabbed too many. What we should have been doing is we should go from the bottom and we're going to grab, not everyone, we're going to go and press ignore backface like we've done before, and we're going to just grab from this quadrant over here. We're going to grab all these guys. Maybe a little bit more. Let's go from this one here. Like so. This seems like enough. We're going to click here. And now we grab these ones, these select a few, and we're going to go use the bridge option. Maybe the bridge is not working, so maybe if I remove the options here. So give me 1 second. So let's try that again. Let's go select from edge. We're going to go select all these guys here. And let's go press bridge. Could it be because I did ignore backface? Let's try again. Let's see what backface on from here to here. And now let's press bridge. No, how about if I remove let's try again. Let's see if I remove this guy. So let's do Alt. Let's take out this one guy here, this one guy over here. Let's take out this gentleman and this gentleman here. Now does bridge work? No. How about if I remove these faces? Let's take a pause while I try to figure it out. So as you can see, it seems to be working. I couldn't do a selection, but if I go a few at a time, let's try these two, and I do bridge, it seems to work. So just do them by clicking. Oops, let's go 1, phase 2, bridge. See, it seems to be working this way. And I have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that one works. So we could do that bridge method if you would like. So as you can see, I just clicked. Instead of selecting everything, I just did them a few at a time. And we're going to add also this one here, bridge. We're going to add them until we get, just leave 2 off the top. Can we do 2 at a time? Bridge. Yeah, okay, so it seems to work. I think before we were selecting too many objects. This one seems to work now pretty fine. And we technically can remove this one here and this one here. Okay, so now we added our bridge. Good, so what I did is, if I go look at the 3D, it kind of, put it back to the clay, you see that it kind of added a base to our piece. See there? And we have the hole. Let's go back to our top view. Now that it worked, let's just go put it back in wireframe. Oops, you can't see anything hidden. No, it doesn't seem to clay. And let's just hit save, because it's starting to screw up. So again, now that we have those selected, what we're going to do is we're going to go select the border. We're going to have it done. We're going to connect on the, sorry guys, I had pressed pause by accident, so now I'm just going to redo it. I'm not sure if I had said this already or not, but we're going to go to the connect caddy, and we're going to type in 7 segments. You're going to go press OK now, and you notice now they have that nice shape to it. We're going to press 3, and like I said before, I'm not sure if I said it or it was on pause. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 will bring it back to the closed object. So by having 3 on, we're going to activate the borders. And from there now, we are going to use, I think before we were in edge, right? This is to undo, to check. No, before we should have done edges. And let's do it again. It should have been in edges. I think we may have messed that up. Let's go back to connect. I think it's the same thing, but just to be safe, you know, it doesn't hurt to double check. So it should have been edges. We did 7, and then we went to border. And now with the border, we're going to go click the cap button, which is going to cap everything together. The next step we're going to do, so now that we did that, we're going to go back, and we forgot, well at least I forgot, you may have done it, is we forgot to do the edge, and we're going to have to bridge these corners. We're going to click this corner here, hold control to this one here, and we're going to bridge it. Then click 1, 2, 3, 4, bridge, 5, 6, 7. We're going to bridge these ones together. There you go. We're going to go bridge these ones here together. Like so. Bridge, and now they're connected, and now we have left these little pieces. So if I go, now that I did that, I think if I were to select everything, it seems to be working, so I don't want to mess it with anything. We're going to go to the border now. We're going to press 3, and we're going to press cap again just to make sure everything is capped. Alright, now that that's done, we're going to go to our edges, and we're going to modify the corners. So if I look in clay, you see that I have 4 holes. This is one of the holes here. We're going to go now, and we're going to modify this. We're going to select the edge, and we're going to click on see, they're already selected. Sorry, I'm sneezing here. So we're going to select all these here. Oops, I got kicked out. We're going to go back to this guy on the bowl. We're going to click on edge, and we're going to select these guys here. I'm selecting too many, I think, because I can't see it. Just want to click these guys. If you can't do it, just click this one here, and if I do, I think ring. No, ring is not the right one I want. So let's just click one of these guys here. I think if I do loop kind of works, then we could just remove them afterwards. Loop again, and this holds alt and get rid of these guys. Isn't that bad? It's a lot easier than clicking every single line. So we did those beautiful pieces here. Now that we selected it, we're going to use the connect. I should have did 2 at a time. Let's see if it works. Let's use connect. Oh, that's a lot. No, that's not right. We're going to just do here, here, connect. I think you have to do more than one. just see if I just do these guys. I should do the caddy, that's why. Select the caddy option, and we're not going to do 7. I think we're just going to go do segments to 1. So I did have it right the first time. It would have worked. And do the same thing to the other side, which I had it selected and I freaked out. So I go here. Like so. You're going to go to the connect, put 1, and accept. So I went a little bit too nervous before for some reason, but as you can see here, it worked fine. Now we're going to select the vertices, and we're going to choose the ones over here. This one here, and the 4 corners. This one here, this one here, and this one here. So we have those 4 corners selected. We're going to go to the extrude object. So in the settings, we're going to go to extrude, the caddy. We're going to go oops, I did the wrong button. So now that I have those selected, what we should be doing is we're going to use the scale option, and we are going to scale them like so. I don't know what this is used. We need to do this for. So I did the wrong scale. I'm missing the connect between the lines. I should have done. I'm missing a line in the middle of this. It should have been a line in the middle here. So I think if we do back to edges and I go 1, select, and I do 1, 2, 3, 4, these guys here again. And I think this should have been the other way. And I use connect. And if I grab these guys. Yeah, that's the way I should have done it. It's okay, so this is an extra step I added. I should have done this way, because that's what I was missing. I need these guys. Anyways, now I added these pieces, so I'm going to use them. Okay, and now I'm going to use connect. There's 1 segment. That's how it's supposed to be. I did that extra line. I added an extra piece. Because now that I did that, I'm going to go to the vertexes, and I'm going to use the piece over here. 1, hold control, 2, 3, and 4. So I have those 4 pieces selected. Once I have that done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to scale them using the scale option. Like so. I'm going to do it so it adds a little bit of volume like this. Okay, so we have them scaled correctly. The next step we're going to do is we're going to extrude them. So now with the polygons we just selected, hold on, we're going to go add the faces we just did. So this face here, oops, polygon. Is this still not gray? I still have holes there. So I have to fix that. So I have to do vertexes, and we're going to adjust this one, this one, this one, and this one. We're going to adjust it to cover the bowl completely. Okay, so we adjusted that. We're going to grab this one as well. We're going to move it, and this one as well. Should use the scale option. It would have been a lot easier. Like so. We're going to put it Now we're going to go to the polygons, and we're going to click on the polygons we just made. So wireframe, it's a little bit butchered. These ones here. And we're going to right click on the extrude. I'll click the settings of it. And for the extrude, we're going to put the height to 1. And we're going to press OK. So again, now we have little legs for our piece. Once we're done that, what we're going to do is we're going to go use in the modify list, we're going to go use the shell option. The shell, which gives us, and we're going to go put it our number to, for our outer to 0.5, which gives us a nice bowl. And then the last step we're going to do, from the modify list, we're going to go here, and we're going to do object space. We're going to check, we have that placed. We're going to go to the modify list, and we're going to go to object select, which is over here, and we're going to use crease set, which is a new one as well. Where is the crease set? We're going to click on it. Now that we activated that, we're also going to add back over here, down, we're going to go add open subdivision modifier. Okay, so we added 2 of them. And in the rollout, we're going to go back to the modify panel. We're going to go to here, and we're going to go type in 2, which made a nice smooth finish. Now that we've done that, we're going to put it back in clay so you can see what we've been doing. So there's our bowl. All we have left to do is we're going to expand the crease set over here, and we're going to use the edge option. Okay, from there now we're going to go select the top loops using the control, which is over here. It's a little bit hard now to see anything. Let's see if I do it as clay. Let's see if I do hidden lines. There we go. Let's see if I can select it. It's a little bit hard to see it. We're going to select one, oops. We're going to select 1, 1, 2. And from there we're going to use the loop option so we get them all the way around. So now we have them by doing clicking. We have them both selected. We're going to go, now that it's selected, we're going to go write the name on the crease set. We're going to call this top crease. And we're going to create this. We're going to put it to height in the spinner as 0.5. One second. And we're going to press create, and we're going to put in 0.5 in the spinner, which is going to adjust the crease, just the crease of the thing. We're going to do a similar thing to the ball. Sorry, you're going to do the similar thing on the inside face of the ball as well. And once that's all done, you're going to use the modify list again. So we're just going to skip the crease one. You could add one on the inside as well. You're going to go back to the modify list, and you're going to go add the taper using T for taper. Click on it, which is going to open up the gizmo. You're going to click on taper, click on gizmo, and you're going to use the select and uniform scale, and you're going to adjust it. So in the rollouts, so right here in the amount, you're going to put 0.26, and in the curve you're going to put negative 0.93. So it gives it a nice one. Also, you're going to set the primary X, and you're going to set the effect to X. So each one is a difference. See? We want this look here, so we'll leave it ZX. Gives it a nice, cool feeling to it. Alright, now that that's done, we go back, Click, convert to editable poly, and there you go. You have your beautiful bowl. Let's go do it in clay, and there you go. So again, we have a little bit of tweaks here, little holes, but you could go back and you could adjust those when you fully close it. Thanks so much. That's how you make a simple bowl. Have a good one.